long break, and unlike Ronny, we decided to come back and do more. Apple, if you guys need some exclusive NYCFC podcasts, reach out.
They just been relaxing. It's time to score some goals.
Standard Liège isn't exactly killing it. The last time they won a championship was in 2008.
Ooh, facts.
They have had, like, I think...
Whoa, buddy's been doing his homework, I see. 2 weeks, he had some time.
He really missed out. Okay.
Welcome to the 12th episode of the City Boy Show. I'm Javier. This is Danny. We got Buzz. We are back, boys. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. It's been a long break, and unlike Ronny, we decided to come back and do more.
That is very true. So we got big news to cover. We got, sadly, Ronny out. MLS Apple contract. It's interesting. We're gonna do a little mid-season report card. Let's rate how our boys did so far this season, and then we're gonna preview Colorado. So how was your break, Danny? What did you do in your little time off from the show, time off from NYCFC?
Well, originally I had a little bit of rest and restoration, a little bit of R&R, but then last week happened, and all I did was bring stress with Ronny leaving, with our boy, the MLS contract. We might lose Ian Paul Joy next year. There's just a lot going on. My heart can't take it, man. What about you guys? How'd you guys enjoy the break?
I enjoyed that first week. I thought after 5 straight games at home, a little break was necessary, but I was starting to itch. I was getting that. I need a game.
Yeah,
me too. To be back.
Yes.
FIFA wasn't doing it for me anymore.
Yeah. And we welcomed it back with this new studio.
Yeah, new studio. It's a work in progress, but we're getting there. We're getting there, guys.
But you hear this audio, guys? Forget the last 11 episodes. Audio has stood up. You can listen to it on Spotify and not feel like you listen to something bootleg. So we're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely.
All right, but let's get into this Ronny news. So Ronny's gone. He left us for the Standard League, Belgium. What do you think of his departure? Why did he leave? First of all,
I think it's Standard Liège. I think it's Liège.
All right, I got a Spanish accent. It's fine. Keep going.
But why did he leave? I don't know, man. I don't think, in my opinion, that the Belgium league is something to just. It's so much higher than MLS, in my opinion. And on top of that, Standard Liège isn't exactly killing it. The last time they won a championship was in 2008.
Ooh, facts.
They have had, like, I think.
Whoa, buddy's been doing his homework, I see.
2 weeks, he had some time. He really missed out. Okay.
I think they've had 4 or 5 coaches in the past, or 3 or 4 coaches in the past 5 years. This team is in ruins. So I don't know if Ronny said, hey, I'm coming, but you guys have to invest some money on this team, or we're going to get some good players. And he's like, okay, I'm willing to invest that team. Or he just thought MLS was beneath him and decided to go. I don't know. I'm sad he's gone. But I don't know if it's really the right move for him. But we'll see. What do you guys think?
I think it's weird that this time apart, Danny's correcting us on pronunciation. That's a little scary.
That's true.
Well, I heard there's a little bit of a, he missed home. He missed being in Europe. And,
yeah, that's a fair point.
Think about not being, there with your, partner and child. I believe he has a kid, right?
Yeah, he's originally from Norway, I believe. So it's right up his alley, being in the European leagues. Being close to home, obviously. So I think all of that did play a role. I would say it is a little disappointing to have your coach mid-season. It's not like we're in a slump. It's not like we're a team on the downturn. We're moving up. I mean, this is a prime time for this team. We just won a championship. It's sad to see a coach leave like that in the middle of the season.
And not only that, but we're in the top of the league. Right, we have the top players, in my opinion, than anyone else in MLS, and we have the best record to show for that. And then we lose a coach mid-season. I think it looks bad for MLS. So that really hurts. And I'm wondering, what do we do to fix this, because I think the better, I think we're seeing that more players are getting pushed from MLS. The coaching that's good. European leagues want them. So is this gonna be the norm for the MLS? And can we grow the MLS if this keeps happening? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, so one thing I would say is we're fairly new to MLS, I would say. So we've been watching maybe 3-4 years, but this has already kind of seemed like the norm. You get these big European stars who are either in retirement, or we get them young and then they go on to bigger European leagues. So I do think we have a league problem. I mean, if we're not the top dogs and everybody wants to leave us, then that affects viewership. If I don't, like, when I watch NBA, when I watch MLB, I know I'm getting the top of the top, and they don't want to leave this league. They want to stay in this league. So I think we do have a problem in this league if people are just going to jump ship in the middle of the season, when we have the prime time games, when we have the best players, when we have the best team.
Well, I mean, what do you guys think? Sorry, do you have something to input?
Go ahead.
No, I was
going
to
nice to each other.
Yeah,
You guys act like you guys
I was
have-
gonna change the topic just a little bit, but like, do we move to the same calendar as the rest of the leagues out there? My thing is, I don't want to be at Yankee Stadium or our new stadium, hopefully soon, with all these construction sponsorships we've been getting recently. I don't want to be going to games in November, December, January. I know they take big breaks during that time, but I also don't want to play winter games. So how do you guys feel about
selfishly, this? I don't want to I don't want to be at Yankee Stadium or any stadium in the middle of the winter in New York. Plus, I generally watch a lot of European soccer, and now I like it. I can watch my European soccer in the winter, and come spring, I'm watching, NYCFC.
But let's be real. MLS cannot compete against the NFL. There's just no way. If you have it in the winter, all this viewership is going to go to NFL. I mean, granted, NFL already dominates the league viewership, but if you try to move MLS during that time period, there's no way you can compete. So those casual fans you might be getting in the summer because all you really have is baseball, you lose that automatically.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And that's not happening. What few fans we have now on a Sunday game, like this Sunday at 5:00.
Exactly.
There'd be nobody.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's not do that.
But let's push back to Ronny leaving. How successful can this club be without Ronny, Buzz?
I think we can be as successful. I think that what hurts us is the loss of the assistant coach, Efren, right? Who had a good relationship with the Spanish-speaking players. I hope Cushing brings in a coach that can.
You have to
speak, right?
You have to, right?
None of the coaches that are left can speak Spanish.
That's a problem.
So, and we got any Spanish translator out there?
Esteban's gonna be out there coaching the team.
So I think that's gonna hurt additionally, right? But I think the difference is Nick was hired individually. He wasn't a, Ronny hire. So I think NYCFC leadership saw something in him. He did have a track record. Granted, it was with, Manchester City Women's. But I think this is an opportunity for him to show he could coach on the men's side as well.
What do you think?
No, I agree. I mean, he's come from a European league, whether it's men's or women's. There's tough competition out there, and he's been an assistant. He's been in the system for so long. He knows very good chants. I don't know if you ever saw. He made the chant after we won. You guys got to watch the video. Maybe I'll put it on after.
I don't even know.
But he's been part of the system, so I think it'll just play out where he just continues to grow the system and do what we've been doing successfully. We still have all the pieces. Granted, Tati might not be here for much longer, so we might lose one key piece. But in that same token, we might get Tinnerholm back. So he has all the same pieces. So if we can keep that going, I think we'll be fine. We still have one of the best teams in the league.
Did Jimmy and just say Tinnerholm's as good as Tati Castellanos? That's what I heard now.
Maybe if we move him forward, maybe he can score a couple goals.
What I'm saying is we have key components, key members coming back to our team.
No, I'm joking. I mean, I think Efren's a really big loss, a bigger loss than we think. I think, Tati shouted him out on Instagram. I think it was a big part of his growth. And I do think it hurts the morale of the team a little bit to be winning, to be the top of the league, and then your coach just leaves mid-season. Yeah. Regardless of whether Nick Cushing ends up being a great coach or not, it's got to affect your morale just a little bit.
Yeah, and if I could give Ronny some credit, I know there was a while where a lot of people criticized him, right? Before we went on that run, there was a lot of, criticism towards what he was doing. But I feel like if he were to leave, which I wish he didn't, but he left, I felt like he did his very best for the team. up to the very end. You know, if I'm leaving a team, I'm playing all my stars. I want to look as good as possible. He still was playing different players, getting you know, our younger guys action in there, and we were still winning too, which was nice. I wish he didn't go, but I feel like in his tenure here, we don't have much to complain about. You know, he got us our first championship, and he was professional, and I'm gonna miss him.
You'll be missed, Deila.
Oh,
I'm sorry I pronounced your name wrong for the first 11
years.
episodes. I think that's why he left. But
but let's move on to the MLS Apple TV contract. Huge signing. I don't know how much. What's the exact dollar amount?
I believe it's $2.5 billion.
Would it be?
Over a 10-year span?
10-year span, I believe.
Is it per? So what's the per year? Do we know or no?
I do not know the per
Well,
year.
I
on
think we
that.
got to do 10 divided by 2.5.
All right, we're not doing that math right. But one huge part of that contract is first, all games will be played on Wednesdays and Saturdays. That's something completely different. So we're not going to have Sunday games anymore. We're not. And I think that's been a complaint about the league. There's always been like, we don't really know when the schedule of games are. Unlike other leagues, you know when they're basically playing every week. So that's a huge part. So Wednesdays and Saturdays. How do you feel first about that part?
I didn't know that, actually.
You said you were. You're spitting out a lot of facts yourself here tonight.
I mean,
is it every Wednesday and Saturday every week?
Yes. Granted, they said if there's some like schedule conflicts, it might change. So NYCFC might play any other day, but because there will definitely be schedule conflicts. But that's pretty much their goal, is having Wednesday, and I think it might be actually Saturday night games. So it'll be like the Sunday package for the NFL. Like you would watch all the games all together at the same time because they'd all be playing at the same time.
Okay. Interesting.
I like this because I don't like this. So the one thing I like is I do like the games all at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a fan of that because if you're watching it, you know, we're not waiting for another team. Maybe you're waiting to the afternoon game or the night game, but I like that. But in European soccer, they're playing Saturday, Sunday, and there's always one Monday game.
But this is very similar to that, right? You have 2 games, 2 days out of the week set for MLS soccer. So I think that's a little bit better than what we've had. Like I know this past week we had a couple games. I wasn't even aware of them. They weren't NYCFC. Obviously, I would have cared more. But it's so hard to really dictate when a game's actually being played. So I think this is somewhat better for the league.
I think so. I think uniformity helps. I think when you know I can pop on Saturday and watch a soccer game, and it's consistent, I think that's pretty good.
Well, now maybe we could go and go to games in the winter time and change the schedule because we don't have to worry about Sunday night football or Sunday football.
Oh, that's actually
very
true.
That's true.
I still don't want to go to the cold games. I'm not doing that.
But another key component of this whole contract was there is no more local blackouts. So with every other package, let's say you want to watch the Yankees, you have to watch them on Yes. Even if they're on, let's say, ESPN Plus, you have to watch them on Yes. This kind of eliminates that, but it also eliminates local broadcast teams such as Ian Paul Joy, such as Joel Thompson. So what do we make of that?
So I think there's 2 parts for you. One, I love that there's no blackouts. A little concerned. I don't know if games are going to be on TV at all, because if we're not on TV, then how do we get new fans? That's something that kind of hurts me, right? Like if you're flipping through the channels and you're like, oh, soccer, you can become a fan that way. Now you have to go on Apple TV, go sign in, and then purposely be looking for a game. How do you attract more fans that way? I don't know. So that's kind of what concerns me. To your second point, I really hope that it's not just Apple hiring their people for this and they actually get some local commentators, because I think that would be brutal. And also we've seen some of these commentators, man, like they can't pronounce the players' names right. They know very little about MLS. You end up getting like 37 English dudes who barely care about MLS, but because they're well known in the Premier League, they get brought here.
Yeah.
I really hope we get Ian Paul Joy over. You get local commentators for everyone. I'm sure Ian Paul Joy is our person, but I'm sure the Colorado Rapids have someone and the Red Bulls have someone. And to lose that, you might lose the fan base that you currently have, and that would suck.
So one thing that I would add to that is they are going to keep the radio guys, So you can there. I hear it's gonna be-
Roberto.
yeah, the Spanish calls are coming, boys. But you will be able to listen to the radio broadcast locally. But I guess I can't see them having a local television one for each partner, each team. So that's really I don't foresee Ian Paul Joy being part of the NYCFC one because okay, now NYCFC is away at Colorado Rapids. You can't there's only going to be one broadcast team there. So who is it going to be? Is it going to be the Colorado Rapids local guy or the NYCFC's local? They're not going to have two. They're just not going to do it. So I can't see Ian Paul Joy sticking around or these really local broadcasters actually sticking around. And I think it's going to be they have a set group of that do each game and that's it. I mean, granted, I think they will keep some of the local guys, but they're going to be tasked to do many games, not just NYCFC games.
That's very heartbreaking. My solution: Ian Paul Joy learn some Spanish. Get on it with Roberto.
Nice combo. Yeah.
And that would be
Hey,
some exciting
Tinnerholm was
stuff.
on with Glenn Crooks. Tinnerholm
That's
might have a
true.
future in this if he wants to, lay back,
That's true.
be on Apple. Do we think there's gonna be any like cool like hard knock shows for MLS now that Apple's taken over?
So my thinking is what happened with Formula One, right? Formula One was watched by no one. Not no one, but it was just a very small set of people.
No one in America.
Yeah. And then what happened? They had a show on Netflix and it blew up. And now everyone's watching Formula One now.
Really? I've never seen Formula.
It's become extremely popular. There's celebrities going all the time. And it's because of this reality show that was made on Netflix.
Yeah.
I think Apple, Apple's always a macro thinker, not a small thinker. I don't think they're saying, oh, we got licenses for MLS. Let's fine. Let's give them a place to live. I think they're saying we got these guys at a discount. Now we can blow these guys up in the States. And I think they're going to do some type of hard knocks, some type of reality show to get some people invested and then hopefully grow the fan base.
To both of those points, one, I got into F1 early on, going to Italy every summer. It's huge in Europe.
Wow.
It's tremendous. So I do think similar to what they did there, they're making this investment not because they want to throw away this money.
Yeah.
Right. So if they're going to invest that type of money, I think it's not only a good business move for them, but it's good for the brand. Grow it.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about that several times. Like we need better stuff. We need MLS to promote better. And if there was a company to do that, I think Apple's a good partner to do it with. And I need Ian Paul. Like he's got. I would be less upset if he did other teams as long as we had him for our games. Like we need him.
I agree. Also on that note, Apple, if you guys need some exclusive NYCFC podcasts, reach out. We're looking for some sponsors, and I think we can fit your show.
I hear Ted Lasso. Like they were saying that they should have a Ted Lasso partnership with the MLS now that they have this whole Apple.
That
thing
would be
going.
good.
That would be fire.
Yes, that'd be really cool. I like that idea.
I like the second season too. That was a good show.
I didn't get to watch it yet. Don't tell me yet.
I don't have an Apple subscription.
I'll give you both the subscription password.
All right, let's move on to NYCFC. Let's rate their mid-season. This is kind of like it's not the All-Star game, so it's not technically mid-season, but it was a nice international break, 2 weeks. What do we think of their performance? Let's give them a little report card grade. What do we think? So first, team success. What did you think of their success in the league so far?
I'm gonna give them an A-. I thought they did really well. Right, we're on top of the league. We've got our players, and this is without Tinnerholm playing a lot of people in that position at right back, and we've been able to make it work. The only reason I gotta not give them an A+ is because we got kicked out of CONCACAF, and I think we saw a chance there. And Seattle is playing horrible this year, and somehow won it. So I'm gonna say an A-. What do you guys think?
What you got, Buzz?
I'm gonna also go with an A- or an A. And I can't give him an A+ because A+ to me means we didn't lose a game all season. We were perfect.
Wow.
Wow. High grading for you, bro. You don't grade on a curve, I see.
No, this is professional here. I feel like that could have. Think about that start we had. That was a horrible start to the season.
Yeah, horrible.
All right. Now we're talking about the CONCACAF, right? We had that. We had a lot of games. We were away to start the season. I think we rebounded nicely. The defensive came together. I'll go A- as well.
I'll go A+. The boys played well. I mean, have we seen this streak of games? It's ridiculous. Like, it's just absurd. We're scoring a ridiculous amount of goals. Sean Johnson was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm clean sheets, dude wipes all day. We're still in the U.S. Open Cup. We're performing well in that cup. We've been performing extremely well. I mean, I have no gripes with this team. Let's hope it keeps going now that we just lost our head coach, kind of key component, but they've been playing so well to this point. Let's go into free agent signings. What have we thought of their free agent signings in this offseason?
I'm gonna give it a B, right? I think it's still early, right? I think the grade could go up at the end of the season, seeing how Pereira plays, right? Pereira gets more playing time. Maybe we'll realize he ends up being a superstar, but right now he's still growing. He's still young. He hasn't really helped the team that much so far. So he's been okay. And Thiago Martins, as we know, he struggled a lot in the beginning. He is becoming a key component of the team. Sometimes when I see Chanel out there, I'm like, maybe we should have Thiago Martins out there.
Hey, whoa, what are you talking about?
I'm just saying he's getting better. He's getting better. He has the pace. I like it.
Okay.
You
know what? You got an F for that.
Danny, that was all good until the end there.
I'm gonna give it a B. I'm a B right now.
All right, I'm gonna go lower. I'll go with a C.
Okay.
And the reason is long term. Okay. So Chano just signed a long-term contract, right?
Yeah.
And Callens is the best defender in MLS.
I agree. He's playing unbelievably well.
Guys, scoring goals. He's playing with at times 3 different defenders every game, holding the line. So you got those 2 guys playing center back, right? Now we sign Martins long term. What does that tell me? Callens is leaving, or we're gonna have 3 center backs?
So
I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry, but Callens better not leave.
Oh no, we can't.
Right? We can't lose Callens.
We can't lose Callens.
So now we're investing that money, that DP signing, into another center back. I'd rather have used that money on a winger or right back. We've been struggling with filling up our team. So C+ for me. I love Pereira, love him, but because of signing another center back that I don't think we need, granted because of injuries, but long term.
I mean, Chanel was blind for like a month. I don't know who would have filled that position. Latanovic?
So you're saying that you're going to grade it?
Wait, wasn't he a free agent signing as well?
No, Latanovic was on this team last year.
I feel like we're missing a free agent signing.
Thiago
Martins. Well, no, Thiago Martins. I don't know.
Thiago Martins actually, but because he's Brazilian. But
yeah.
What's your grade?
If it's just those 2, which I feel like we're definitely missing somebody, I will give it a B. I think Pereira has performed pretty well, especially for his age. He's very young, so I think he does bring value to the team. He's already shown that he can be a successful sub and hopefully eventual starter.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a B. And then so let's look at free agents. Well, I guess we're rating free agent losses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you would rate that, but you did the rundown. So.
I'm just saying, how do we feel? Do we feel like the losses that we had end up impacting the team drastically?
Oh, okay. That's a fair way of thinking of it.
So on that note, I will say B+, right? The big key players we lost were Medina, Goody, and Sands. And I think we've been doing pretty well without them, right? Like, I know everyone dislikes Medina, but I thought Medina was going to be really hard to replace. And I'm not missing Medina too much right now.
Wow.
He's your favorite player.
No, I know. But if you think about it, between Santi and Thiago and Talas Magno, they've been killing it.
Bro, he forgot the selfie he took with Medina.
Yeah, I know.
So happy.
He literally held his pee in for 10 minutes to run down, and you peed like 20 times in Philly. That is surprising. You loved Medina.
No, I do love Medina. I still love Medina. Good luck for his career. But I think right now we've been playing really well without him, and they've been able to replace that position very well with the players we had.
Medina's playing in Russia right now. He could have used your support, right?
Seriously.
I still love you, Medina. But I think the biggest loss has been Goody. I think that position's been tough, and I wish we had Goody back.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I agree with you in that sense. We need that depth, and we don't have that right now, and that's where we're lacking, where Goody was like that perfect fit.
What about our Swiss Army knife? Sands could play anywhere.
Oh, That was a huge
Literally
loss.
anywhere.
Huge loss.
Agreed. And he's playing backup now sometimes.
I
too,
know,
which
it kills-
breaks my
But
heart.
see, that's what kills me. If I'm an MLS, and going back to what you thought would be a problem, right? And we've discussed in the group chat.
Yeah.
I'm a player in MLS. I'm starting. I'm playing well. Yeah, it's nice to go play in Europe or a big league, but I don't want to sit.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather make less money and be like a contributor to my team. Like, Sands starts, it's like, oh, Sands is starting today. Like, he'll start every game over here, and he'll
Yeah.
play well.
Yeah, but I would say, contrary to that, though, you get more eyeballs in the European leagues. Yeah, how many people are actually watching it? Not to play our team. I love NYCFC, but how many people are actually watching these games? So you're not getting eyeballs to see your performance, and that's all. How do you make more money? You make more money by getting people to see, wow, this guy's talented. We need him on our team.
But I think we got to figure out what leagues are actually better than the MLS. Because are we saying every league in Europe is better?
There was a power rankings. I don't quote me on the exact source, but the power rankings said that the Belgium league was 13 versus MLS to 16. Granted, I don't know where Celtic and that league lands, but we're definitely a step behind. I mean, 16th in the power rankings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably want to move too.
Yeah.
I think, Javi, you make one really good point. And my dad and me talked about this a few years ago. There was a guy on Toronto. I think his name was Jovinko. He was an Italian player. He was killing it in Toronto. And he didn't make the national team. And I was arguing with my dad. I'm like, look at the year he's having. My dad's like, he's playing in Canada. Yes, it's MLS, but he's playing in Canada. The coach at the time, I believe, was Conti, who now is the coach of, I think, maybe Chelsea. He wanted to see a player competing against top-notch players. So I guess that's a great point by you, because if you want to get called up to your national team, you might want to get those eyeballs and that attention. Yeah. He's playing against Premier League players. He could play on the national team.
And that is why I hear Tati wants to leave as a reason, too. I hear Tati wants to be on the national team and isn't getting that love from the Argentinian coach. So it's a good point.
Yeah, that was.
All right, but back to let's at least get this grade in. What you got for free agent losses?
I really liked all three of those guys. Not as much as Danny loved Medina, but I'll go C+ again.
C+. I'm going F, and we didn't talk about this one person. No, but it's just because of one person. We did really good, but
this is gonna be good.
Shorty, my boy TJ. How do you let him go? The guy's got a boot for a leg. It's ridiculous.
Shorty was ridiculous, bro. That guy would be at a half court pitch and would go for the shot. No matter anytime he touched the ball, he would be shooting.
I like your basketball reference there. No, he had a banger in LAFC. With the LAFC, it was like a couple weeks ago, but it was deadly. It was nasty. And then you said keeping head coach. What is the grade for keeping your head coach?
F. That you guys can't keep the player. I heard NYCFC, because he had a contract for like 5 years or something of the sort.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually that's not true. That's not true. Actually, he only had this. I think this is where NYCFC messed up. So F again.
2 Fs.
His contract was only up to the end of this year. And so when he won the championship, they could have given him a bigger contract, right? Hey, you're a guy for the next 5 years. No, they did not give him a new contract. They were like, all right, we'll do it at the end of 2022. Now we don't got the coach. There was a clause. So I think they got paid like $1 million to let Ronny go mid-season. But if you would have given a 5-year extension or something, right? If you really believed in Ronny, why not extend him? Yeah. So that's interesting. So F for keeping coach.
Is there an F-?
F-.
Is F- worse than F? Because no, I agree with that. I didn't know that. I knew the clause, and I knew it was up to Ronny to make that decision if he was going to take it.
I did not know that.
But riding on the high of the championship, I would have extended him and given him whatever he wanted at that point. Yeah,
So, bad call. All right, NYCFC back at Yankee Stadium Sunday. What are the keys to us getting this win, Danny?
I mean, with the new head coach, we just got to keep playing the way we've been playing, right? Hopefully Nick doesn't come in there or Mr. Cushing. I don't know what we were going to call him.
Nick.
We'll refer to him as his last name. This is an distinguished gentleman who coaches the NYCFC squad.
Nick Cushing. Hopefully he keeps things the way it is, right? Don't break something that's not broken. That's not the phrase.
If it ain't broke,
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. If it ain't
One
broke,
too
don't
many
fix it.
margaritas for him.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And we've been playing really well, right? Yeah, I understand you might want to tweak things. But let's just keep playing the way we're doing. I think, as you know, we've been an offensive firepower. Let's keep it that way. Let's keep the goals coming, and I think we'll end up on top.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he doesn't come in and have to put his mark on the team, right? You have something that's been gelling, and actually, as the season's moving forward, and we're getting healthier, we're playing better. There was that 2 or 3 games where we looked not so good, right? We've cleaned that up on the back end, right? If I'm him, I step in and reassure the players that he's there for them. They're going to continue doing what they're doing, and don't change a thing except get healthier, right? And play Tinnerholm when he's back. That's the only thing I want to see different than what we've been doing for the past month and a half.
Yeah, we just need to keep playing defense. Honestly, if you think about that streak, I mean, it's been a while now since we've had that streak, just because the time off. But we almost broke a record for 0 shots on goal. Like it was that insane how great we were playing defensively. Sean Johnson is now on the top of the leaderboards with, I believe, 8 clean sheets. If we keep playing the way we've been playing, and I know this goes back to Danny, if our offense is great, our defense is great, right? If we hold possession, and I think that's I think Cushing's style is to keep possession of the game. So we're going to keep doing that. And if we keep doing that, I don't see us losing this game. I mean, we're playing a team that's 10th in the conference and in the Western Division. They're 5-3-6. I just don't see them being really that dangerous for us. So this should be an easy win, especially at home, back at Yankee Stadium. Well, it's been a while since we've been at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, I'm so happy to be back. And also, all 5 of those wins that Colorado has were at their stadium.
Oh, so they suck on the road.
Yeah.
That'll be great for us because we're dominant at home. So starting 11, this is who I have as starting 11. I got Johnson, Gray, Chanot, Callens, Amundsen, Alfredo Morales, Parks, Maxi, Santi, Magno, and Castellanos. Anybody you guys would change?
Danny, you first.
I think it's a good lineup. I think the only thing is I heard a couple weeks ago that Tinnerholm's been doing full training. You think we get, maybe not starting, but you think we get, so to your question, same starting lineup. I'm okay with that lineup. But do we get Tinnerholm out there that game? You think he gets some minutes?
I forget. Tinnerholm was on with Glenn Crooks, but when they did the radio broadcast together, and they set a certain time frame, but I can't remember when that time frame was. So this whole comment is pointless. But it was mid-July or mid-June. If it's mid-June, we're in perfect timing. If it was mid-July, we're screwed. We're not screwed, but it's going to be some time till we actually get him back.
But keep in mind now too, we have a midweek game, right? What I consider an important game against the Red Bulls, right? And I think Red Bulls are going to come out and they're going to play their team and they're going to want to beat us, right? So if we could give them some time, either this game on Sunday night or against the Red Bulls, I just want to see him out there again. Even if he comes in I think he's going to come in as a sub for a first couple of games at least until he gets his legs under him. I think the lineup is great.
When is that Open Cup game?
The 22nd, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it's next Wednesday.
So it's next Wednesday. So we play Sunday, and then next Wednesday we play the Open Cup game.
Which maybe is preparation for Apple TV, right? The Wednesday weekend game?
That's true. But I guess, would that affect our lineup at all, right? Do they want to bench some guys for the Open Cup game? I think we value more the regular season.
It's not
like it was for CONCACAF, right, where we take that way more serious. But
yeah, I think we're gonna get one of those. Think about the last game we had. That lineup worked out at the end, but we looked at that lineup.
Yeah, we had a couple of people who haven't played in a while.
Yeah. So I don't know if we're gonna be playing our superstars on Wednesday. So I think we're gonna come out. Also, I think this game is really big for Nick Cushing. If you start your first MLS game with an 0-1 record, there's going to be doubts in the air
against a bad team.
Right?
You don't want
it's going to be huge. So I think he's going to come in guns blazing.
No pressure, Nick.
Yeah, not at all.
But let's move on to betting with Buzz.
Whoa! Wait, is there gonna be a transition that she's doing right now?
I think that they're begging us to take NYCFC this week, and you don't have to beg me to take my team. So we got the line. It's -170 NYCFC, plus 340 for the draw, and then plus 460 for Colorado. They're on the road, and we just found out from Danny that they can't win on the road. So even more reason we take the lock, which is NYCFC at home in Yankee Stadium, lay the extra wood. And then my other pick for this week, I like NYCFC first half goal. Well, to lead in the first half. It's plus money. It's plus
So
108.
you just have to be up in the first half.
No matter what happens in the game, as long as we outscore them in the first half, we're getting plus money. So now, think about it. They're about to get on the field. Nikki, and I'm going to call him Nikki. Nikki's going to come out there, gather the troops, make me look good, boys. They're going to come out. I might even jump on that Tati goal first 10 minutes for plus 1,400. So I like those two. I've been promising Javi for like months now, our stats. We are winning, and we're up. But I think those are two locks for this week.
So no 2.5 this week?
I know you love the over.
You know what? Sean Johnson doesn't give up a goal. He just refuses to.
That's
That's
very
true.
true.
All right. I mean, there's no way they could score against us.
I mean, honestly, I love the -170 for NYCFC. Like,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Whoa.
cheap. That is
Yeah.
super cheap. I'll take that. But what are your final predictions? Final scores? What do you guys got?
I gotta say, I'm a little scared just because of the new coach. I'm a little concerned about morale. So I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I'm gonna go 1-0.
What you got, Buzz?
I'm doubling that to 2-0 NYCFC.
Whoa.
Doubling.
Mhm.
I know Sean Johnson doesn't give up goals, but the boys, they just been relaxing. It's time to score some goals. I'm going 4-0 NYCFC at home. The boys have been relaxing. They're just itching to play some soccer again. I don't know if you saw like the little training camp video.
I did see
Tati
that.
just shoot. That's what he's gonna do.
Oh, on that free kick to the left. Right?
that
was
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
He's ready for in-game action. He's been
Wow.
hungry for it. People aren't giving him the money he wants. Oh, he's gonna make them pay for that.
He's gonna make Leeds pay $15 million after this.
Well,
game.
Leeds is officially out. It might
Oh.
be now Nottingham, which is owned by
Are
a
we
US
positive
team.
Leeds is out?
Leeds is 100% out.
I don't trust your tweet
I have
sources
a
sometimes.
source. I have a source. He's very reliable.
If you like the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Any final words, boys?
We got the stickers, bro.
Oh,
So they're not the greatest quality, but we made them happen.
If you see us, please ask for stickers, but we will bring them. Danny, please bring them this time.
I will bring the stickers. You guys want some stickers? Hit us up. We'll give them to you. And Tati liked the stickers on the gram.
He
Tati
liked
was
it.
like, nice stickers. I was like, don't worry, I got you next home game.
Yeah.
So
And
Tati, you want to pick up
he
some
was probably
tickets?
like, yeah, I don't really like them that much. Calm down, bro.
So stickers, very excited to be home. You guys?
No pressure, but can we go a little early this week since we haven't been to a game in a while?
Okay, early.
Wifey's grilling him right now, so we'll see.
Mel games at 5, 3 o'clock, please.
Later, y'all.
Peace out.
Bye.